Are you ready? You think you could tell us what to wear? Break it down!
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Love
they
that.
thought they were ready. It is Friday night, baby. Friday night Superflex. We're in the building. D-Generation X, the best tag team in the history of the WWE. Seth, my man, we're here. We're in the building. And I'll tell you what, I really wasn't going to go off the soapbox, but when I just got up to go get my water, I thought, you know what? This is kind of bullshit. Two of us two, you and me, have showed up to way too many episodes of Mock Draft Live. There's an email thread with 16 people, 16 analysts in it. And they're all on date night right now.
Yeah. No, I know. I just wrapped up my date night. I told my wife, she cooked and we cooked kind of, I didn't do anything, to be honest. I just kind of was there for it, and she's amazing. But I just said, you know what? Cody needs me. And she said, you know what? Go draft with Cody. My wife's the best. I'm showing up. I don't know where the Tuesday not display, torn down the display is, but he ain't here. He's not in the building. So we showed up. We showed up for the people, man. And we keep on showing up for the people. So I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I could mock draft every day.
I mean, every day's a little aggressive, but
Yeah.
most days, every day, I might get kind of bored.
You didn't do the ESPN, the stupid ESPN ones back in the day. Like
Oh
you just
my God, bro.
Yeah, where somebody would take Aaron Hernandez like at the 101. You remember those and just ruin it, or Tim Tebow.
That's how I used to play fantasy. I used to, when I was like 10, 11, probably 10, 11, 12, those 3 years there, I quite literally only played on ESPN, and it was like all fake leagues. And I would have like 30, 40, 50 leagues. I didn't do the mocks. Fuck the mocks. I just did 30, 40, 50 leagues. They were probably against bots themselves, but I did not miss using ESPN, dude. We still got one league that we kind of just held on, and then this last year we moved it, and I was just so thankful. But yeah, we're here, Mock Draft Live. Tap in. We got 3 more spots to fill in this bad boy 2023 player profile of Friday night Superflex, whatever you want to call it. Mock draft right here. Shout out to everybody in the building. I see Slime Santana in the building. Seth took the 109. Your boy took the 103. And I don't know, man. I just dropped mock draft. I'm going to try to buy some time here while we get some donkeys to fill this draft here. But mock draft 5.0. We were just talking about this before we came online here. See if I can share the screen. It's not showing. Share this tab here. And you can see mock draft 5.0 is live up on the site. Sneak peek right here. 101 Bryce Young, 102 Anthony Richardson. Seth, you're the main man. You're the editor. What did you we were just going through. What was your most surprising pick, you thought?
Well, I absolutely love. They probably won't do it because the Raiders have made a lot of bad decisions recently. But Anthony Richardson, trading up and taking him, I feel, is perfect because you have Jimmy Garoppolo already. You don't have to rush him into anything, and he's a potential game changer at the quarterback spot. I've already gone on the record and said, I would take Richardson. I mean, he's the guy that can push a team to the next level, right? He's the only guy in this class to me that if you're going to draft a quarterback in this class, which I probably wouldn't, that's the guy I would take. Even at pick 1, if you're going to trade up for somebody, that's who I would take. So I love that to the Raiders. But what surprised me the most is, and I don't want this to happen at all because I'm a Bears fan and I don't want to see this guy twice a year, but Zay Flowers dropping out of the first round to pick number 33. Every expert that I know is saying, oh, he's not making it past New England, right? In the first round.
Yep.
So that surprised me the most, and I'm interested to see what you
I've been there. I've been saying that same thing about Zay for the last 2 months, and I've been putting him there. I thought he was a lock, top 21, lock, top 25. I've been like, that's where I've been on him. But Jim Nagy's been tweeting some things, and I felt like I was getting a little ahead of my skis on Zay. I love Zay. I think Zay's one of the best in the class, but I also remember conversations from the combine. People talk about Addison being the best receiver in the class. Now it comes out that a lot of people the only first round grade they have on receivers is JSN. Cedric Chillman's getting some raise. Mingo's getting some raise. It's like, I think that we may be a little hot on Zay. He is a senior. I just pulled off a little bit, and pulling off a little bit had the Vikings trading out around 1 to 33 with the Houston Texans. And then at 33, it's first pick in the second round. I love that. I love the spot for him. But Seth, our draft is filled. So I'm going to go ahead and click start. I'm at the 3. You was at the 9. Our boy John Adams jumped in at the 112. Shout out. Slime Santana's at the 8. Babs at the 5.
Oh, my co-host on the Writers Roundtable. Matt Babbage hopping in here. He's gonna have a good draft. Very sharp. And I don't know who this guy is, but yeah, I could talk your ear off about my my big dog dash teams last year. They like how sometimes in these tournaments you need your team to hit on all cylinders. Well, it was like the cylinder 1 hit the first week, and then it just didn't work out for me. But I still liked my process there. But yes, right. I did not do well in the Big Dog Bash last year as well as I would have liked.
Who gives a shit? Big Dog Bash. Yeah. It's over with. We're here tonight drafting the mock draft live. Bijan Robinson goes 101. This is Superflex. FYI to everybody in the chat, everybody drafting. Bijan 101 Superflex. Gator J is OTC at the 102. I think I know who I want right here.
Are you gonna get him though? You think?
I think
the 3's pretty good in a super flex. I love the 3 hole in a super.
It's an interesting spot. It's definitely an interesting spot. I'm gonna draft with the analysis of my mock. I have my mock up. I'm not gonna make everybody else in here draft like that, but I'm gonna do it. So when I reference a player, when I draft him, it's gonna be because of their landing spot on my mock draft, and I'll talk about that. Gator J is about to time out.
Oh no, Gator J.
We're going to go ahead and remove Gibbs. Who should we put in there for him?
Probably either Richardson or JSN, whoever you want. Probably Richardson, honestly. That's who I would take, but anyway.
He was also in the chat here, and he said, what are we doing here? That's super cool.
8 p.m.
Yeah, he thinks it's at 8 p.m. No, it's not, buddy. Clown. He's a fucking clown. All right, that's what I'm putting back to him. All right, so 103 right here. I'm going to go ahead. Yeah. Anthony Richardson goes off the board. I had him going to Las Vegas Raiders number 2 overall in my latest mock draft. You can find that on playerprofile.com 5.0. Top of the screen, click the NFL draft section. It's bing, bang, bong right there. I think it's 2,900 words. It's 103 picks, 5 trades. There's comps for 60 guys. There's factoids on 25 guys. And you can read all that shit right here, right now. So I'm going right here with the expectation that my boy Will Levis goes to the Indianapolis Colts. I'm taking Levis here at 3.
Wow.
So Indianapolis Colts is interesting because this right here with this. So again, projecting right here that Richardson goes 2, Young goes 1, Levis goes 3. It's going to be only the 3rd time in NFL history that each of the first 3 picks were quarterback. 99 was Tim Couch, McNabb, and Aina Smith. And then 2 years ago, it was Lawrence, Wilson, and Lance. And you can kind of view this class the same. Everyone's comparing the situations, right? I think as far as talent goes, Lawrence to Young makes sense. I think when you talk about Wilson and Levis, everyone's comparing the fucking pro day and these big throws. But I think everybody in this class has had big throws at the pro days. But whoever, if they want to comp that, you can comp that. And then, of course, you got the athletic guy that has hardly had any college experience with less than 400 pass attempts in the Lance to Richardson thing. But I'm going to go Levis here because I have him going to the Colts. And I think that spot is the perfect spot for Will Levis. And I'm going to put him here at 103. I know that I'm ahead on Will Levis, and that's okay because guess what? He did good in the S2 test. He, just like Young did exponential in the S2 test. But guess who did shitty? The guy that Johnny Rocker took, CJ Stroud. And Seth, I know I'm long-winded right here, but how many guys over the last week now that we've been talking about for the last month have been rising and rising and rising and rising and rising?
Yeah, those are the two guys, right? Richardson and Levis, to me, that can elevate a team. Like, especially if they get this draft capital, it's a no-brainer. A lot of people have Levis fallen down the draft board a little bit,
Yep.
which I don't know. And I talk about it when I talk about Anthony Richardson. If I'm an NFL team, right? I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs took a big risk. I mean, drafting Patrick Mahomes, right? I mean, he was kind of raw, but you saw it. You saw the talent, right? And he produced a lot more than Richardson did. I get it. But when you watch the film of Richardson, if you take his metrics, watch the film, he actually does some things that are really impressive, like manipulating the defense with his eyes. He was under pressure a lot last year. I think Rich Rebar broke it down pretty well on the Mind of Mansion show he was on. You guys should go check that out after this show. He was under pressure a lot at Florida. No, really not a lot of help. So that can contribute to the accuracy being not where we want it to be in college. And it's definitely a project, definitely a guy who would benefit from a sit in a year. But when you talk about quarterbacks, you have to, in my opinion, you have to take the upside. You have to swing for the fence. And that's what you're doing with Will Levis. So if he goes to Indianapolis, yeah, those are your 1-2 quarterbacks in a super flex, and you're not really even thinking too hard about it. And that's probably, your league mates might not agree with you, but that's what you should do. I absolutely agree.
I agree with that 100%. You're on the clock. I'm going to unpause this bad boy for you so you can make your selection.
Thank you. Wow. So this is interesting because you have in your mock draft, and I'm torn. I think I want to join you on your mock draft, but I don't know if it's quite gonna be fair, and I don't know. I'm torn. But you have another one that I'm interested to get your opinion on is your Hendon Hooker in the first round to the Texans. The Texans trade out of the 2 spot. I better make a pick, huh? I'm gonna go Jordan Addison. I was torn. I almost took Hooker, but I thought, no, people in this draft might not have read your mock yet. So I was torn there. But Hooker was definitely a consideration if he goes to Houston, right? In a super flex. So I'm interested to hear your opinion on Hooker. Like, is that somebody that the Texans? I mean, he's probably not going to play a ton this year. He's probably got to recover a little bit. He might not play at all. I don't know. What prompted you to put Hooker, elevate him into the first round to the Texans?
I feel like a lot of people might have been confused by that when I put him there because it's like, well, if they're not going to take Njigba not Njigba. If they're not going to take the big quarterbacks in Stroud because Stroud's there as well at the 7 pick, I think it was when I traded them down. Or no, he went 5. Sorry. If they're not going to take one of these quarterbacks, is the point. Why would you come back into the end of the first round, take one in Hooker? I think it's because you trade down from 2 to 7, you get that first round pick next year, and you have 3. That gives you 3 first round picks in 2024. Your own, Cleveland's, and then potentially Las Vegas. Cleveland should make the playoffs with Watson, but so then that still gives you the Raiders. Do you think the Raiders are going to make the playoffs? I don't.
No.
Also, this draft just did Snake. I don't really want Snake. Do we want Snake?
No. Preferably not, but
I'm going to go ahead and undo this pick. I apologize to everybody. I apologize. All right, Jackson, you're back on the clock. Yeah. I'm sorry, John. John's at 212 or 112. He was at 112, so he's cool shit.
Yeah. He man, that would have been quite the haul though, Miller and Roshan. That'd be nice.
But yeah, so basically my thought with Hooker was that you're getting a free pick. You're getting a free how did I word it? You're getting it's a fucking free pick because you're going to have Jackson Smith, you're going to get Miles Murphy. You have Davis Mills on the roster. And the way I look at Hooker's going to be healthy by Halloween. You get him for the latter half of the season. If he's hitting, if he's the next great thing at quarterback, then you just ride with him. And if you think he's a franchise quarterback, you don't draft Caleb or Drake next year. And you just go. And you got those 3 first-round picks next year, and you just start taking off. But if Hooker's not good, then you just kind of why did this draft just pause a Gator? This draft is just irritating the shit out of me. Did that make sense what I explained about Hooker?
Yeah, it makes sense. You get a free test drive is what you get, kind of.
That's what it is.
What you're saying. Because you're trading down, you're getting the extra first. And I think he's got a lot of upside as a pro. I know he's an older guy, he doesn't run as much as we would like for fantasy, but he's more mobile than you think, just kind of navigating the pocket. I was really impressed watching him. I felt like he hung in there with teams like Alabama in college when he played them. And I think he elevated receivers too. I think Jalin Hyatt owes him a big thank you note. I think, so I like him. It's interesting. It's going to be so interesting to see what happens there, because I could definitely see a team trading up into the back end of the first round. Maybe it's Houston. And I think if he falls, I think a team would be smart, to take him as their backup and just sit him behind a veteran quarterback and to see what they have in him. Because you remember once upon a time, Cody, I don't know if people remember this, the Seattle Seahawks, they drafted this guy named Russell Wilson, and they had signed a quarterback. I'm spacing on the name, but he was from Green Bay, right? And so they take a developmental quarterback that everybody thought, Russell Wilson, and it turned out, Russell Wilson is the guy. And they just said, we're going with Russell Wilson. And then, they win a Super Bowl. They get to another Super Bowl. And is Matt Babbage going to shame us all? Oh, no.
He took Marvin Mims to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, man. Oh, baby.
You like that landing spot.
Oh, I love that landing spot. They have targets available. Perfect spot, perfect situation for Marvin Mims. One of my favorite players in this draft. I would love that at the end of the second round. It feels too good to be true, honestly. But I hope it happens. I love that.
All right. I got Roshan at the 203. I was thinking about Abanikanda. I don't love that. Roshan I have going to the Philadelphia Eagles at the 62nd overall pick in round 2. So I'm going to roll with that. Of course, Marvin Mims goes right there to our boy Matt Babbage. And then the one pick I wanted to say was Abanikanda. I can't remember where I put him. I put him with the Buffalo Bills at 91 overall. So it's an interesting spot, but I just couldn't bring myself to doing that. Bigsby goes up the board to CP754. Now Slime Santana's on the clock. I got Bigsby going to the Chargers at 101 overall. I think that's a very interesting spot. Daniel Jeremiah talked about Bigsby today being a guy that he's high on, but when he's talking to teams, nobody's talking about Bigsby. And he's like, I think it's because everyone's just like, hey, being quiet because everybody's high on Bigsby. That's very interesting. Slime Santana gets Josh Downs at the 2-8. That feels like a pretty good value to me.
Yeah. And I'm torn between two guys right now, a running back that I really like and a wide receiver that I really like. And honestly, it would probably depend on my team. I already took a wide receiver. So somebody's going to get a really good deal on Jalin Hyatt, especially where you have him mocked going to the New York Jets early in the second round, I think at pick 43. But I'm going to go ahead and take Tyjae Spears because I like him that much. And I think he's that prospect that can catch passes out of the backfield that we love in fantasy football. And I think some team's going to fall in love with Tyjae Spears. I really do. Same deal with Roshan, same deal with Abanikanda. These are the running backs that I really like. I'm probably not as high on Bigsby as you are, but that's okay. So those are the three running backs that I really, really like in this class. And it's interesting to see that the Jalin Hyatt he's still falling. Keyshawn Butte goes ahead of him there, which is probably not something that I would do, but I'm interested to hear what you think about Jalin Hyatt here. And I don't think he's a terrible prospect, but I have some questions about, the versatility of his game. Let's just say that.
Well, you don't have to put it nice. You don't have to be nice and say I don't think he's a bad prospect. He's a bad prospect.
Okay.
He's,
All right.
he's bad.
He's bad.
He's not good.
Okay. There we go.
He's not fucking
Yeah.
top 10.
All right. Oh no. Not the rat god.
Ooh, Laporta goes 211. Zach
Wow,
Evans goes 212, and A Chain goes 301.
Wow. A-Chain, Spears over A-Chain for me, I think, and I'm not really even thinking about it too hard.
Darnell Washington.
Mm-hmm. You're up again, Cody, in the third round.
I got the intro song banging in my head. I'm trying to think where I want to go here.
I have a feeling that.
You have a feeling? Well,
I have a theory.
Based
on your mock draft.
I'm gonna go I'm gonna go Rashee Rice.
Oh, that's
3-3 to the Los Angeles Chargers in round 2. Rashee Rice, 54th overall, comparable to Terrace Marshall on playerprofiler.com. Rashee Rice, go to the Chargers. Decent athlete, and I think that elevates the overall offense with the Chargers because they have Josh Palmer. I don't think he's massively different than Josh Palmer, but I think you can see what he brings is 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's got the archetype, 4.51, good speed. I think he's just good enough to elevate this offense and play in that Keenan Allen role. You can see it right there, playerprofiler.com. Rashee Rice got 95th percentile burst.
Burst is so important for a receiver. And I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's a little tab if you go to the Player Profiler website. There's a little button tab you can click on to get the rookie guide that Cody worked really, put so many blood, sweat, and tears into that. And I thought Jonathan Mingo was going to fall to me, but not to be. So you guys should definitely go check that out. This rookie guide, it's $10. I can't think of a much better deal out there. That looks as good as it is and gives you as much information as it does. I've read through it myself. It's impressive, very impressive. Well worth the $10. You're definitely going to get your money's worth there. So go check that out.
Let's get it. Appreciate you. Mingo goes 3-6 here. Tillman goes 3-8. Seth is left with no receivers.
Oh, there's a receiver.
Oh, there's a receiver.
Yeah. I might be a little bit higher on him than some people, but at this stage in the draft, you got to take your guys. You got to take your guys. And I know there's a tight end there, so I'm a little torn. But I feel like, I don't know. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to take who I think is a wide receiver 2 in fantasy football for like 10 years. Xavier Hutchinson.
God damn it.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking pick.
Don't you think? I was good. I watched him enough because Iowa played this guy every year. He gets open, runs good routes. I know the 4.5 speed. You look at his metrics, nothing really stands out, but the 4.5 is good enough, and he gets open, and it just feels like a wide receiver 2 that you're just gonna plug and play every year in the third round. I know it's super flex, but still late third round. I love Xavier Hutchinson, man. The more I watch of him, the more I'm like, holy shit, this guy's going to be good. This guy's going to be a good NFL player.
I think so. Again, people forget that he was like third in the Blitnikoff voting. He was an All-American last year. Iowa State, right down in your backyard there. I tweeted out my favorite playstyle comps this year. I have 6 of them. Last year, I think I had 5, or no, I have 6. And Hutchinson's one of them. At receiver, there's 2. I got Quentin Johnston and Sidney Rice, and I got Xavier Hutchinson and Adam Thielen.
That feels
I
like
love that.
That feels like a perfect. like Adam Thielen with just a little bit more juice. I think he's got a little bit more sizzle. I don't know.
Little sizzle, little pop.
Yeah, I love him. I clip it. I love Xavier Hutchinson.
I love this Xavier Hutchinson.
I tell you what, man. I tell you what, man. I love Xavier Hutchinson at Iowa State.
All right. How about this one right here? I think I got my next pick locked. I just got to make sure I got this next pick locked. I'm going to go with Michael Wilson, 4-3 here.
Yeah.
I got him going third round to the Los Angeles Rams. Again, Allen Robinson's been kind of on the question mark chopping block for the Rams with Stafford out there. Kupp is there. Kupp's aging. Van Jefferson really hasn't hit. Michael Wilson is a pro's pro. Getting him here at 4-3, I think he's going to be another guy kind of like Hutchinson where they're going to just be good in the NFL. I think Hutchinson has much more upside in PPR, but I think Wilson is just a very good number 2, which is kind of what you expected out of Allen Robinson. And Wilson sitting here at 4-3, I'll take it because I know what I'm getting. I'm getting a Gallup. I'm getting an Allen Robinson type of a guy with near the same talent, but he just had a lot of injury history and a lot of injury issues. And then Johnny Rocker takes Tyon 4-4. Of course, man. Of course, I can't get him at the 5-3. I can't get any of the guys I talk about. I talk too goddamn much. I tell people too much shit, man. I just need to shut up and go back and sit in the corner.
That's what I do. I mean, you're a superstar, though. Like this is.
Oh, shut up.
This is what happens when you become a rock star. Oh, Ryan McDowell.
Shout out Ryan McDowell, the mock god over at DLF. Shout out to you. I was on the Locked On Dynasty show with Ryan and Matt Williamson this last week. Go check that out. Locked On Dynasty and the podcast network. Go check that bad boy out. Jamie, appreciate you as well. The rookie guide's tapped in, but you also know that this draft is tapped in. You can go vote here in about one round on who's winning this draft because Seth, I'm been nice to him this whole episode, but he knows he's got to catch that L tonight. Mock draft live, baby.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that. I wiped the floor with Aaron Stewart's job guy in Jack Kavanaugh, which I don't even really like to say that, because Jack's a nice guy. He just picked the wrong side of the fence to be on. It's just kind of one of those things. So, but I'm back on the clock here, and wow, there's a lot of different directions I could go, but I'm one. Man, I think this guy's gonna rise up NFL draft boards.
Let's do it.
And
do it.
It might be a little bit early, but you just gotta take your guys. And I want Charlie Football, man.
Charlie Football.
I want him. I want Charlie because I know that he's now getting past Matt Babbage at 5'5". Because I know Matt Babbage just like threw his computer across the room. Probably. I mean, I hope not. I mean. You shouldn't be destroying things, but he probably. I mean, who knows? He has a Purdue problem, is what he has. He likes Purdue too much, so it's fine. We all have it, right? We all have our team. But Charlie Football, man, I think again, it comes down to NFL production. I feel like he's gonna be a productive NFL player, and you get him in the 4th round. I think he's gonna. I think if you're looking for names to watch out for on maybe early day 3, I think that's perfect for him. Like 4th, I think mid to early 4th, you're going to be surprised by how high Charlie Jones goes. I just feels like that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that Charlie Jones is going to be one of the most underrated receivers because no one's going to draft him. I also don't know why Gator just took Mo Ibrahim. He kind of fits in the same mold, I guess, as Charlie Jones, but he's a running back. He's been in college football for 18 years. I'm going to make this pick, and then I'll give you some thoughts on Charlie. I got to scroll through here. I only have one running back, so that does sketch me a little. You know what? Ooh, value, baby, right here. Value. This is going to win me the draft right here by itself. This selection by itself is going to give me the W in this draft. The W in this draft. Parker Washington.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about him at my pick too, but that's a good pick. I like that pick a
Parker
lot.
Washington, 5'11", 203 pounds. He did not test through this entire process because he's got an ankle injury. But at Penn State, this man, he's a bulldozer. He's a little tank. He's a little guy. He's 21. He ran a 4.49 in high school. He fits the archetype. He's a 55th percentile college target share, 96 percentile, 18.5 breakout age because he had almost 500 yards as a true freshman and over 100 special teams yards at Penn State. He's been there for 3 years. He came out, again, like I said, almost 2,000 receiving yards and north of 200 targets in 3 seasons at Penn State for Parker Washington. He does not belong in the 5th round of rookie drafts. So that pick by itself, I know I took 3 receivers, but that pick by itself won me this entire draft. So shout out to me. Thank me. I appreciate me.
Well, I mean, just because the Roman Reigns of mock draft shows up tonight, look at your draft. I mean, Roschon Johnson at the 2-3. I mean, you probably might be able to get him later in your home league. I mean, depending on who's in your league, but that's a steal. I really like Rashee Rice and Michael Wilson in the 4th, as I just get sniped on Yeshovis, even though that would be my 4th receiver. So I gotta quit talking about your team. I do like your team, but I think you look at my team, right? Where I'm drafting, I think that's got to be a consideration. Who I've gotten, where I've gotten them. I think I've gotten some pretty productive players, and I'm scrolling. Let's see. Man, he was one of my guys, but I don't think he can be anymore. Eric Gray, pour one out.
Well, Seth fumbles through here. Just remember in the chat on YouTube, you can now go vote for who won tonight. This 509 pick doesn't matter because all the players are gone, but you can go vote. Cody at the 103. That's the selection, obviously, because I got all the value in this draft pretty much. Outside a couple of the tight ends. I didn't take any tight ends because they're all big donkeys. I love the Kraft and Kuntz pick by Nicholas and then Slime Santana back-to-back in the 4th round. Seth just took a tight end that nobody's ever drafted on the database at Sleeper, but it's a good pick, man. It's a tight end. You're throwing your dart. I appreciate your trying and your respects. But I got again. I just got to let you know, man, this was never close. I'm gonna pump you up against Aaron, but I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna lay it down because I'm the big dog in this building.
Well, you're the big dog, but that don't mean the big dog can't go down every once in a while, right? Ooh. The bigger they are, the harder they fall, right? So, I mean, I think at every spot and every pick, I maximized the pick for where I was. I mean, we got some dogs on this. I mean, Jordan Addison's going to be good. I like him. Tyjae Spears is going to be good. You shouted out my Xavier Hutchinson pick, and we all know how good Charlie football is. And this Schoonmaker from Michigan, man, I feel just watching him play, and I'm particular to the Big Ten because I'm a big Hawkeyes fan. It just felt like he killed us when we played him, and he's got, he's good enough athletically, I think, and we'll see. It's a 5th round pick in a tight end premium league. I like the player, so and he can block. I mean, it's too bad we don't get points for blocking league. I got shut down when I proposed that on one of the mock draft lives. It's like points for pancake league.
Like that.
Yeah, Schoonmaker, he would be good in that league. But
yeah, that's. Do you know the average age of your team?
Probably 23, 22.
I think mine's probably the same. I shouldn't be talking. Levis is 23, Wilson's 23, Roshan's 22. My team's pretty old too, but I just want you to know, like, you had the opportunity to have this 103 pick.
I know, but I put myself in challenging positions, unlike Jack Kavanaugh, who takes the 101 when
Action
he comes
Jack
on.
101.
Action Jack had the 101, and he still couldn't take me down. But you should go vote because the community pool is going to be open, and you should let us know in the chat right now how bad I wiped the floor with the big dog, Cody Carpentier.
The chat is not in your favor right now, but we will recap quick. I had Levis at the 103, Roschon 203, Rashee 303, Michael Wilson 403, and Parker Washington with the ultimate value of the draft at the 503. Seth had Jordan Addison 109. I think you're going to continue to see Jordan Addison get to that spot in a lot of drafts. Tyjae 209. Xavier Hutchinson 309. The next Adam Thielen. I do like that pick. Charlie Jones 409. And then Luke Schoonmaker from Michigan falls to the 509. This was an extremely fast draft tonight. 34 minutes. I got to shout out everybody in here for drafting this quickly. And we did have one person that came by and dropped the promo apologizing for not being here tonight. Everybody else was too busy on their date with their wives and their girlfriends and la-da-da-da-da. It's April 14th. We're going to the draft in 2 weeks, so you got to suck up right now. But I got to give a shout out. We got one promo. I'm going to run it right now for somebody that did not show up.
I just wanted to address Player Profiler Nation. I've been absent lately because I've been out there working. Because that's what I do. I'm a grinder. I work. I don't have God-given talent. I've worked very hard to get where I'm at. I wasn't born on third base and go around acting like I hit a triple like the Tuesday night display. I'm not a fan favorite for just showing up like the mistake fixer. I grind. I get everything out of my talent. I started from nothing, and now I'm the most electrifying man in fantasy football entertainment. And that's why I'm making my return this Sunday on Mock Draft Live. Because I'm going to get ready for Mock Draft Mania. I'm going to grind to get that much better. So that when I show up in Kansas City, I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Ooh. I think we got ourselves like
That's my teammate.
I think we got ourselves a little Royal Rumble cooking or something. I don't know what's going on, but man, bring it on, Matty. Bring it on. Oh, I can't be grinding on Mock Draft Live. Like I just show up. It's like, oh, all he's doing is showing up and blah, 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 blah. What was that? I show up and I grind on the show. You are, I guess, grinding behind the scenes, which I guess you are. But we can be grinding in both places. Come on, Matty. You're better than that.
That was weird. He didn't come at either of us. I thought he was going to come at one of us. He didn't come at.
He kind of came at me. He definitely came at the Tuesday taken down display is what he.
Yeah, but that's Aaron.
Came out. Yeah.
Fair pro. That was good cut there.
That's good.
Yeah. Matty Kiwoom, good job there. That's pretty clean, pretty cut. It looks like he just.
He saw my promo and he took some good notes and he said, Seth is the best at this, so we're gonna have to try to figure out how Seth did it. The first one, by the way, one take, no edits, just clean. So I think that matters.
Respect.
Anyway.
Respect.
And I show up to take on the big dog. I'm not wherever Aaron Stewart is on his birthday or on not his birthday.
I was gonna say, are we pulling this birthday bullshit again?
He celebrates his birthday for an entire month. I mean, what's going on with this guy? I don't, I don't even know when my birthday is, Cody. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to pull out my driver's license. Is it in February? It doesn't matter when my birthday is. I'll show up on my birthday. I don't take holidays. I don't take weekends. Clearly, because I'm here on a Friday night, just rushing through, just shoveling the food in my mouth so I can get on the Mock Draft Live with Cody Carpentier because the show needs me. And I don't, Matty's off grinding somewhere, maybe grinding some pepper to put on his food. I don't know.
Oh my God, you're fucking funny. All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys tapping in. Just remember, 2 weeks from today, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, Kansas City, Missouri. Yes, NFL Draft Extravaganza. We will all be live in Kansas City on Thursday night for night one of the NFL Draft. Friday morning is Mock Draft Mania. 3 hours of commercial-free mock drafting from yours truly, Seth, Matty. Aaron might show up. We don't know yet. Billy will probably be there. Theo's probably going to be there. Matt will probably be there. The whole crew. There's 13 people staying at the crib. Mock Draft Mania is about to be litty as a big titty. And you will all be able to mock with us if you are in the chat. 3 hours, commercial-free mock drafting. Make sure you're tapped in the morning after day one of the NFL draft, but also tap in for the NFL draft extravaganza on Thursday night at 7 p.m. and Friday night and Saturday, because you know we're bringing heat. We just got done planning the entire NFL draft trip. I'm almost done. 18 shows and 27 hours of content from Wednesday night to Saturday for Player Profiler on YouTube. Seth, you can find him on Twitter at Seth_Diewold, even though he says it Diewold. He spells his own name wrong, but you should go follow him anyway because he's the mistake fixer. Yeah. He needs to fix the mistake that is the spelling and the wording.
Yeah, I'll have to get with my patriarchy family on that one to see if we can fix that. I don't know. That'd be quite the mistake to fix. You know, like you know what the weirdest thing is about my name? In high school, right, I played every sport, and sometimes the PA announcer would say, "And now batting, Seth Diewold." Where's the R? Where's the R?
I like that. I like that. Where's the R? Where is it?
And why are you so down on the world? Why do you want it to die? You know, like, how did you look at my name and see that? How bad is your life that you just that is what you think? I don't know.
For Seth,
yeah,
I'm Cody.
Cry for help.
It's been on Mock Draft Live. We'll see you on Sunday. Well, we'll at least be here. I don't know who else is coming, but we'll be here. Peace. Click like, click subscribe. Stay tapped in. Player Profiler Nation. Doses.
Hey, you like that video? Be sure to subscribe and activate those alerts so you get notified as soon as new videos drop. And be sure to check out playerprofiler.com. We have all the tools for you to dominate every type of fantasy league. We have a draft kit, Dynasty Deluxe, data analysis, DFS Dominator, and don't forget the player rankings to rule them all.